Yo, what's going on guys? Nick's here, and today I'm going to be breaking down the 8 champion cards in Clash Royale and the best strategies to use them. Whether you're a chip cycle god, a bait spammer, or a defensive player who waits till double elixir to do anything, I've got something for you. This video will have real gameplay, a reference chart you can screenshot, and no fluff. Let's get right into it. Alright, here's a graphic I made that helps you choose what champion you should be using depending on your deck and your playstyle. Depending on what champion you want to use, it will do better in certain decks over others. So here I've broken it down into 3 main categories: chip cycle decks, bait swarm decks, and control and passive decks. I've included 6 of the main cards that I associate with these types of decks. Obviously there are more, but these are the first that come to my mind. If you're an aggressive player who likes quick trades and non-stop pressure, your go-to champions are probably going to be Mighty Miner, Archer Queen, or the Little Prince. All of these cards work great when you're constantly cycling and forcing awkward defenses. With chip cycle decks, you're not going to be building massive pushes. You're going to be chipping them down little by little to gain an advantage. Next up is bait and swarm decks. This is perfect for anyone who wants to force spell trades and punish hard. Skeleton King, Goblinstein, and the Golden Knight thrive in these types of decks. These are all about stacking cheap units, forcing out a log or an arrows, and building up for a second wave that they can't defend. If your opponent is also running a swarm deck, this is perfect to run something like a Skeleton King. It's just going to keep feeding into it. Goblinstein and the Golden Knight can both absolutely melt through anything your opponent plays if they're using a swarm deck. And finally, if you're the kind of player who likes to focus primarily on defense and build up strong counter pushes, this is your lane. Monk, Boss Bandit, and the last champion card is really kind of a flex, but personally, I love the Mighty Miner in these types of decks. It's by far my favorite champion card, and the ability to push both lanes is very helpful. The Monk's ability is straight up broken on defense, and the ability to just counter anything they throw at you is just goated. Most people don't have the Boss Bandit card yet, and even if you do, it's probably not super high leveled, and it's probably not efficient for you to use that if it's not leveled up very high. If you do have the Boss Bandit unlocked, you don't ever really want to send this in alone. It thrives when you're building up a bigger push with other cards around it. It can absolutely shred through tanks and build you massive value when you're playing longer games. So now that you know where each champion card best fits depending on what your playstyle is, I'm going to show you some decks that I built around these cards and how to use them the right way. Alright, so here's the first deck I'm going to be using. It's actually my go-to deck. It's a Hog Cycle, and I threw the Mighty Miner in there. Great for chip damage, great for fast play and constant pressure. We're playing at top ladder here at 9,000 trophies, so we'll see what our opponent has and see if we can get a dub here. I usually like to go Hog Rider first play. They do counter with the Fire Spirit opposite lane. I'll go ahead and Earthquake this Inferno Tower even though I'm not going to get any damage. I'm just trying to cycle through to my other cards real quick so I can play my cannon if I need to, if he wants to attack quickly after that, and he does. He goes with the Bandit. I'll pull that over with the Mighty Miner too, and no, I will not. That's alright though, because we got a little bit of damage on the right side, but this is why the Mighty Miner is so good. I can just constantly switch lanes on him after he spends some elixir. He does go ahead and spend some elixir. I'll go ahead and drop my ability back up, tank for my... okay, he logs away my Goblin Gang, but I am going to get some good damage with my Hog here. Looks like he does have a beatdown deck with this Mega Knight, but we get some solid damage. We have a little bit of a lead. Easy log for me here. I always like to split my Goblin Gang. I never really play it all in the same lane like that because it's just so easy to log away. We're probably going to take some damage here. That's alright though. My Firecracker should stay alive. Yep. Which is really good because now I can put my Hog Rider in front of it. And we're going to get some... yeah, he can't get that Inferno Tower down in time. So we're going to get some good damage, good splash damage from that Firecracker, and we can easily tank our tower with this Goblin Gang here from that Bandit. So we have a healthy lead here. He does go ahead and log away those Goblin Gangs. I wouldn't have gotten any damage anyway, but this is we're in great shape right now. So we'll start playing a little bit slower, but we don't want to start wasting any elixir here. We want to keep our momentum going as much as we can. I'll go ahead and play my Mighty Miner. Okay, he does go with the Goblin Gang. Easy log for us again because he played it all in the same lane. Now that my Mighty Miner is attacking the left, I'm going to start building a push on the right. Easy bomb because that Knight is not going to be able to target. He has to play something else. Okay, he does have the Evo Mega Knight, so we're not going to get really any damage here. Okay, a little bit of a scary push. That Fire Spirit's going to hurt. Yep. Okay. We're going to take a tiny bit of damage here from those first 2 troops, but this Mega Knight is really my main concern right now. That zap sucked, but the Mighty Miner, not the Mighty Miner, the Mega Knight still got a jump on our tower, and he's chipping away heavily on our left tower. So this is going to be a lot closer of a game now. We do have a tiny bit of a lead, but same thing. We're going to keep applying pressure to the left. Easy ability for us. We're going to take out that whole gang. Now we're building up a huge push on the right. We can Earthquake this before it even starts targeting our Hog Rider, and we should get a dub right here. Yep. Just got to survive for the next 5 seconds, and this should be an easy win. We'll go ahead and drop another Hog Rider for good measure, and GG. All right, so time for our next champion card. We're going to be using the Skeleton King here. We're using a bait swarm-ish type deck here. We're gonna try to get, we're gonna try to feed our Skeleton King as much as possible with this Skarmy. We'll see what our opponent has. He goes with the Elite Barbs first play, so we'll go ahead and drop this Skarmy down. We shouldn't take any damage here. It should be an easy cleanup. Doesn't look like he's gonna support it with anything just yet. We'll go ahead and place our Skeleton King in the back. We don't really have anything else for it right now. We'll Tombstone it down to just keep feeding our Skeleton King some souls. See if we can get a nice ability going. It's probably... Oh, he's got the bowler. This is going to be a hard matchup now. It's important when you're using the Skeleton King, you don't want to use your ability every time. I'm going to do it right now just to see if I can get this bowler pretty much taken care of. We do force out the bats too, which is nice. He does have a swarm deck too, kind of, which is going to help feed our Skeleton King the whole game. So we just gotta play a little bit more passive here and wait for him to make mistakes and capitalize off those mistakes. So this isn't a deck I usually like to run, so I'm a little unfamiliar with which lane I should be pushing opposed to some of my more common decks like the Hog Cycle deck. But we'll go ahead and play the Tombstone down. We should easily clean up this Goblin gang here. We'll drop the Valkyrie in the back, try to build up a decent push here on this right side. We have a tiny bit of a lead, but not much. He goes with the heavy push on the left. I probably could have arrowed that Dart Goblin too, but I was just scared of those wall breakers, and I did not want to miss those because that would have hurt. We definitely don't want to use our Skeleton King ability here. No point in that. I was pretty much dead from that Dart Goblin. We should be able to get some decent chip damage here on the right, though. Yep, we do. We get a couple hits with a Goblin Barrel and the Dart Goblin. So we'll go ahead and distract with this Tombstone again. Best to save that for your Skeleton King to just keep feeding it souls once you play it in the back. But I didn't really have much of a choice right there. Okay, he is going to go... He's hitting us hard on the left. We'll go ahead and arrows again. Just make sure those wall breakers do not connect because that will really hurt us. It looks like he's going to be focusing primarily on the left lane. We're focusing on the right lane, so... Should be an interesting matchup. He's got some good ranged troops like the Dart Goblin, but we have one too, so I'm not super concerned right now. He is going to get some solid damage on the right, but honestly I don't really care about that too much, except that Elite Barb is doing work on us, so we'll see if he wants to focus right now. But he is going to send in those wall breakers on the left, and those are evoed up, but our Tombstone takes care of that no problem. See if we can pull all this back with the Evo Valk. And no, I played that horribly. I played that absolutely horribly, and now we're down to 1700 on the right, so we have our work cut out for us for this overtime here. We're going to get a tiny bit of chip damage there, but not as much as I would have liked. We'll go ahead and arrows all this away because I don't really have anything else for that other than the Valkyrie, but that's just too expensive of a card to use right there. He's going to keep focusing left too, so he's really splitting his resources on both lanes, which is really working well in my advantage. I basically just have to wait for him to make a mistake and overcommit to something, see if I can get an ability off, and see if we can win the game that way. That's pretty much our only chance at this point. He's going to keep hitting the left. He wants us to stay out of the right lane, that's why he's doing that. So we'll just want to keep playing passive, just wait for him to make a mistake, and we should be able to recover from this. We just can't give away too much more damage on the right side because we are hurting. Okay, he's got those Elite Barbs coming in, so this is going to get a little scary here. He's got the bowler on the left, which I'm just going to kind of ignore for right now. That Dart Goblin connects, and we're down to 177. I don't know if we can come back from this, actually. Alright, we are going to have to clean this up. I don't want those piggies to take us out. We'll go ahead and get that ability down, see if that can do it. He plays the Dart Goblin super late, and we got it. That's why the champions are so good in this game. Like, just these abilities, when you catch your opponent making a mistake, you can just win games super easily like that. And like He had both our towers down super weak, and we finished that off no problem. GG. All right, and lastly, we're going to be playing a little bit of a control deck here. I have the Monk in hand. I also have one of my other favorite cards, the Royal Recruits, evoed up, so strong. I love the ability to push both lanes, and they have to split their cards evenly to defend it. Oh, we actually have the same banner, me and Rob. All right, I don't love my starting hand here, but I'll probably just go ahead and play the Zappies in the back. I don't really have much of a choice here, to be honest. We do have that Goblin Barrel, so I'll probably follow up the Zappies with that soon, depending on what he plays. He goes with the Wall Breaker in the back and an Ice Wizard. We'll go ahead and just arrows away that Wall Breaker, keep our Zappies alive, and see if we can melt down that Ice Wizard. And he goes with the Inferno Tower and a Goblin Barrel. Those Goblin Barrels are going to get some hits on us. No biggie, but our Flying Machine is going to take out that Inferno Dragon, no problem. We'll drop our Monk, see if we can get that ability off in time. No, just a hair too late, but the next one will get it. Yep, there we go. Splash onto his tower. We do activate his king there, which is a little unfortunate, but with our range troops like the Flying Machine, if we lock onto his tower, like the king tower can't touch us, so I'm really not that concerned about it. So that Ice Wizard's pretty much dead, so we'll just go ahead and drop our Evo Recruits in the back here in a second. Just want to build up a strong push. We're playing a defensive deck, so no need to get overly aggressive. We'll just play slow, wait for him to make the mistakes, and then capitalize off those mistakes. Okay, he goes for the Barbs in the back. This is an easy fireball for me. It's going to pretty much take them all out. He doesn't know I have the fireball yet. That was the first time I played it, I think. So he also gets that Firecracker down, but we are going to connect with those Royal Recruits, which is beautiful, and we should be able to arrow that Firecracker and the Wall Breaker. Nice. See if he wants to defend that anymore. Probably not. Okay, that's on the right. Easy Goblin Gang clean up there. That's going to get some good chip damage if he doesn't respond to it. Okay, he does Ice Wizard us. No biggie. I'm not really going to worry about that. We have such a big lead right now. He only gets one hit off with it anyway, so. Again, we're just going to play slow. I don't want to overcommit with my Monk. There's no really need to play it until like I'm in a panicky position and I need to. Or if he plays a Firecracker close to his tower and I can get that bounce back splash from it. So he goes with the Barbs in the back again. So that's another easy fireball for me. Easy arrows too. The Firecracker was targeting the left side, not the right. So that's kind of why I didn't play my Monk right there. Otherwise it would have been perfect. He goes for the Evo Barrel too, but our Goblin Gang's going to clean that up nicely. We already have him down to 300. He only has us down to 3,000, so his Flying Machine's going to clean up the rest, no problem. We're just going to Fireball. It's not quite enough, so we'll just Goblin Barrel, arrows it, throw everything we have at it just to make sure we get the tower down. Just like that, we just got to survive 5 more seconds and we're good. Drop the Royal Recruits in front of our tower, and it's a little too late for that, buddy. A little too late. GG. I barely even played my Monk that much that game, but obviously I used it early and I was able to get a splash onto his tower, so that probably changed his mindset and how he wanted to play things like the Firecracker a lot. So that's why the Monk is a really good card in control decks. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this one. Hopefully this video helped you and you know which champion fits your playstyle the best, or if not, at least which one makes you rage the least. If this video helped you out at all, please leave a like and drop a sub. It means a lot to me. Also, let me know in the comments which champion card you are maining right now, or which one you think needs nerfed immediately. As always, I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!